We've got Sophie Cunningham getting her own shoe, and everybody losing their pathetic little minds over it. Well, not everybody. Old WNBA fans, old guard WNBA fans, are losing their mind over the white girl pointing at her brand new shoes. Yeah, that's what she's pointing at.
Sophie Cunningham has officially received her own signature player-exclusive edition of the Adidas Crazy Energy, set to release on July 24 for $120. The design features a striking pink-to-white gradient, light blue mesh panels, and bold orange accents across the midsole. Her personal branding is front and center with her name attached to the shoe, her custom design on display, and the internet instantly exploded with reactions. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have you subscribed yet? Awesome. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Now let's get back to the video.
Old fans crash out, lose their mind, and scream white privilege. It is hilarious watching these people melt down over the most minuscule things, over the smallest little things. Watching these folks melt down, go hysterical, lose their mind, rant, rave, complain. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Not because people were celebrating her success. No, it was because one particular group of people simply couldn't handle it. They were absolutely outraged. The comments poured in, discussion threads exploded, bold opinions spread across social media, and every single reaction pointed to the same conclusion. Sophie Cunningham has been living rent-free in their minds for quite some time now.
Sophie Cunningham, the blonde bomber, is coming out with shoes. These are so dope. These are her PE colorways coming out with Adidas. Oh my God, Sophie Cunningham, man, just keeps getting better and better by the day, man. I hope these are for men as well, man, because I would like to cop these, man. These are hella dope. Very Sophie type of shoes, man. Like, I don't know. I just look at these and I just see Sophie just all over them, man. These are perfect.
And today, we're taking a closer look at the shoe, the backlash surrounding it, why much of that criticism reveals more about the critics than it does about Cunningham, and why this release is likely to sell exceptionally well no matter what people are saying in the comments.
Shoe, a PE for Sophie Cunningham got announced. A player exclusive, player edition, whatever PE stands for. She's got her own kind of shoe style. It's coming out. And man, these old guard bitter fans, they are collapsing right in front of our very eye. They're going through a mental breakdown, a psychotic break right before our very eye.
To understand why this shoe has sparked so much outrage, you first have to understand who Sophie Cunningham has become over the past year. This isn't a player who suddenly emerged out of nowhere. She's been in the WNBA since 2019. After spending 6 seasons with Phoenix, she joined Indiana in 2024. For most of her career, she was known as a dependable role player, tough, consistent, a reliable three-point shooter, and someone who made the little plays that helped teams win. Valuable, yes, but not the player dominating headlines. Then June 22, 2026 changed everything. DeWanna Bonner got into a heated exchange with Caitlin Clark and Cunningham stepped in. When Bonner told her to stop pointing, Cunningham refused, continuing to point for a full 22 seconds. Coaches and staff eventually had to guide her back toward the bench. Both players were assessed technical fouls, and the clip spread across the internet at lightning speed. It made its way into WWE conversations. It even reached the White House. The moment quickly became one of the biggest memes of the WNBA season, with fans remixing it into songs, movie scenes, and countless viral edits. Almost overnight, Sophie Cunningham became one of the most recognizable athletes in women's sports. It wasn't because of a box score or a record-breaking performance. It was because she stood her ground and refused to back down when everyone expected her to.
About where you're going to take this next, like what? Because you know, how do we grow the points? What could it be? Do you know what I mean? Have you given this any thoughts?
I didn't even get.
By December 2025, Google published its annual year in search rankings, highlighting the 10 most searched athletes in the United States. Sophie Cunningham landed at number 7. She was the only female athlete to make the top 10, even surpassing Caitlin Clark as the most searched woman on the list. Take a moment to think about that. So when Adidas looked across its roster and asked, who should we create a shoe for? They weren't making a random choice. They had the numbers, and those numbers clearly pointed to Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham signature shoe. I'm not gonna lie, this shoe looks amazing, man. I might have to get me a pair. Now, I don't really have anything pink, so that means I'll probably have to go out and get me a pink shirt or some pink shorts or something, just so it can go with this, man, because these shoes are...
The shoe itself is genuinely eye-catching. The upper begins with a vibrant hot pink at the toe before gradually fading into white toward the heel. Light blue accents flow through the mesh side panels and reappear on the three-stripe branding across the tongue and heel. Bright orange details on the midsole and outsole add a sharp contrast. It's a bold, confident design that perfectly reflects a player who stood at the free throw line in Phoenix, her former home arena, and pointed toward the crowd after knocking down the shots that secured a Fever Road victory. The sneaker looks exactly how you would expect a Sophie Cunningham shoe to look, and there's another important detail. Adidas hasn't given a WNBA player this level of signature-style treatment since Candace Parker. Cunningham is the first player in years to receive this kind of spotlight from the brand. That's a significant milestone.
People are in their feelings and upset. They always in their feelings and upset if anything that's connected to Caitlin Clark has anything positive going on. But when it comes to shoes, y'all do know, and I'm talking to all the people way in the back that just don't understand. Y'all do know that this is business, right? And when it comes to WNBA players, right? Sophie Cunningham is top 5 in followers on every platform when it comes to WNBA players. So yes, she should be one of the ones that get...
Now here's where the backlash really begins, and it arrived fast. The moment the shoe was announced, criticism flooded social media. The most common complaint was simple: she averages about 8 points per game. Critics pointed to her career scoring average of 8. 0 points across her WNBA career, as if that statistic alone settled the debate over whether Sophie Cunningham deserved a signature-style shoe. You've probably seen those comments yourself. There are better players who deserve this more. Some people wrote lengthy posts about it. Others turned it into a full-blown debate on X, and many were very specific about which players they believed should have received the opportunity instead. The more detailed those arguments became, the more they revealed what was really motivating the criticism.
Off of racism, because this player in her career has averaged 8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Shoes used to mean something. It was like you are at the top of your game in your sport. Players like Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. They're actually doing well in the sport. In the same way that in corporate America, white men utilize their privilege of being white men to continue to climb the ladder, Sophie Cunningham has used her proximity to Caitlin Clark and her racist fan base in order to propel herself forward when people who actually deserve it are not given that opportunity.
The debate over whether Sophie Cunningham deserves this shoe has very little to do with points per game. Adidas didn't choose her based only on statistics. They chose a player with massive visibility, a strong connection to the brand, and a viral moment that reached millions of people. Popularity, personality, and marketability matter in sports business, and Cunningham has all three. That's why many believe the shoe will sell well despite the criticism. Her supporters have consistently backed her, and the combination of a recognizable athlete, a compelling story, and a bold design gives the release strong commercial potential.